to the channel, everyone. This raid is a bit of a funny one, really. It's a raid I played after one of my live streams, and I'd had a few beers, to be honest, and forgotten I'd even recorded it. So we're just checking our loadout there. We actually get into a good bit of action in this one and managed to complete a quest that we'd been struggling to complete a bit earlier on in some of the videos I've uploaded. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be commentating throughout. So if you notice my aim being a bit off, you probably know why, but we take care of one of the snipers on the rock, and then the other one. And I don't usually head towards the resort this early on, but I thought to myself, well, it's just a bit of a more relaxed raid. We'll head on up there and see what's going on. So we start to approach the resort, and being a little bit cautious because I know this early on there's quite a few people usually rush this area. So taking my time, just checking the rocks and everything, my surroundings. I try not to run as much when I'm near the resort, just so it don't give away my position. But as you see, I hit a few of the bushes. So in my head I'm thinking I wanted to try and get the first radars done on the roof. But I couldn't remember which roof there was on, so I'm just wandering around the outskirts of the buildings, trying to remember where it was. But then it's not too long before we run into our first Scavs, so I'll let this play through, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So I can hear a lot of movement around me. Just waiting for him to come in. So I'm not 100% sure how I didn't kill that second guy. Took a bit of fire from across the way. And I think because I've gone loud, that's probably drawn the attention of all the other scavs in the area. So we actually pull off a few half-decent shots there to say I could probably only really see out of one eye at this moment. I was squinting at the screen a bit. And like I said, I don't usually go up to the resort this early on, just in case I bump into other players, because if you've seen any of my other videos, don't get me wrong, I sometimes get lucky in PvP situations, but I'm not the best. So you probably noticed there when I flicked onto my character that I've not even had a chance to change my name from my old name to my new name. That'll take a bit of time. Just healing up. Making sure we're at full health when somebody runs up on us. Now, to be honest, I thought I got him with that shot. But on reflection, watching this back, I realise he's still near the stairs. Because I shot and he went silent almost straight away, I just carried on packing my mags, healing up, yeah, so I'll let this bit play out again, because then we hear a bit of noise, and I realise after I've killed the next guy that it was the same bloke I've just thought I'd killed. So a little bit of surgery, just to make sure we're, well, pretty much 100% fighting ready, because, like I said, this loud weapon is going to draw the attention of Scavs. But it was more PMCs I was worried about, hearing me shooting and rushing me. Yeah, so that was the Scav I'd shot at originally, but thought I'd killed, but obviously clearly hadn't. So, just take a little bit more time, make sure we're alright, no one's rushing us, before we just do a little bit of looting. Grab a backpack, just so I can store a bit more stuff. Yeah, there's not really much good loot, but as I mentioned before, this was just a raid. I thought I'd not been on Tarkov for a little bit, so we'll have a quick go on it. Just heard a Scav to my right hand side, but it was at a distance, so I'm carrying on with my looting, thinking this rig's a bit bigger than the one I've got at the minute, so we'll take that so we can store a bit more stuff if we find anything decent on the other bodies that we've already taken care of. So I'm being a bit cautious because I can hear that Scav outside. You don't want to get caught out looting a body and him come in and just blast us, which he does, take a few shots at us. But we're doing fairly well aim-wise in this one, and we make short work of him. So one of the other reasons I'm searching these Scavs mainly, I usually would just leave them, but I've got a quest with Prapper to hand in so many half masks, so I'm just checking that they haven't got half masks on them, because we could do with collecting a few of them. So I'm not sure if anyone else has noticed recently, but the Scavs seem to be spawning in a lot higher numbers than I remember them spawning in. But again, that could just be because it's a fairly quiet raid. I've not really heard any other gunshots where we are or around the area, so like player-wise, I think it's fairly quiet really. But we carry on, because now at this point I'm thinking, feeling fairly confident, killed a fair number of Scavs already. So we go on to try and plant one of the markers for sanitary supplies, and this is probably something BSG needs to sort out, because it takes me absolutely ages to find where. Well, I got the plant symbol come up once, twice, then it just takes me ages to get it. And you've got to think, in the resort, this is quite a dangerous area. You're in the open, people usually are up on the walkway above you, so for it to take that long just to find where to plant that, I think that needs patching really, because you're very exposed in that position. to do take a shot from inside that building, but for the life of me I can't see where he is, so just taking our time, making sure we don't get caught out with a lucky headshot from a Scav or anything like that. So I must admit I quite like the SVT. I've only used it in a few of my raids, but it's got a good amount of power really. And well, it's definitely good at killing Scavs anyway. So, at this point I'm thinking, oh, I'm a bit surrounded. I've got Scavs all over the place. They're moving about and voice lining. Remember I shot at that Scav earlier. Don't know if my aim was off, but or he just ate a load of rounds there. So I must admit I'm doing, apart from a bit earlier, I'm doing fairly well not to get shot really, because I'm not really zeroing in on the Scavs when they're voice lining or shooting at me. So I'm doing fairly well not to get shot. So I'm just thinking now, I wonder, I've done that quest, I'm just wondering if I can get on the roof and do the signal quest. But again, I've lost my bearings a little bit if I'm honest, so I'm just going back through the building thinking, I wonder which roof it's actually on. That's why I'm just checking the rooftops. We take a shot from the Scav. I didn't know where he was, so just get to a bit of cover, scan the area, make sure that we're not just going to get taken out before we move on a bit. This is where I'm just again looking around, seeing if I can see one of the radar dishes, see if I'm in the right area. I don't think I am. It's at this stage I think I'm starting to think to myself, one more look round and I think we'll go for extraction, so we don't want to push our luck after we've actually completed one of our quests and killed a few Scavs, so we'll have a fairly decent amount of XP from this raid. But we run into more. And as you can see, I'm starting to run a bit low on ammo now. You're probably thinking, yeah, that's because you were a really crap shot. So that's why you're using so much ammo. But like I mentioned before, these Scavs just seem to keep just coming from somewhere. So we loot him. Again, I'm checking for the half masks. Don't think we've come across any, and we just upgrade to a bigger backpack. And I think, right, let's just go put this guy out of his misery while we're here. which is a bit overkill really, point blank range with this weapon, but I see it as a small mercy for him. So as I mentioned, at this point I'm thinking, right, I think we've overstayed our welcome. These scavs just keep on spawning. Again, another one. So I'm gonna hopefully finish this guy off and start to head towards the extraction. So on our way to the extraction, there's some crates I like to always check, and I'd catch a bit of red in the corner of my eye. I think that's a scav, but I'm not even sure if he's dead or alive. I don't even know why he was just there, maybe looting, but we can't give up a free kill when it gives itself to us that freely. So quickly check it and I think, right, now, I'm not pushing my luck now. I'm just going to get out, done a quest, killed, well, a fair share of scavs, and yeah, I'm happy with that. To say, as I mentioned when we started, I was half cut when I recorded this. So yeah. So, spoiler alert, we do make it to the extraction from here and get out of the raid successfully. I'd just like to thank you all for taking the time to watch this raid and for getting this far in the video. If you have liked what you've seen, please remember to like and subscribe. It does help me out massively. I'm only just starting out. Been doing it for about a month now. So yeah, all the support I get is much appreciated, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one.